It's the 70th edition of the Volta a la Comunidad Valenciana. On to stage 2 today, starting in Alicante and ending in the provincial capital as well. Through kilometre 0, the attacks went, and there would be 8 riders that got up the road eventually. Those 8 riders are Matthias van Gompel, Joan Baucompain, Mikel Iturria, Raúl Alarcón, the local rider, Nigel Elsay, the Canadian, Ibai Azurmendi from the Basque Country, Diego Rubio, who's going to be wearing the King of the Mountains jersey tomorrow, and alongside him, Diego Sevilla, riding for Cometa. The rest of the peloton being pulled on behind by Astana, Mitchelton, Scott, and Team Dimension Data, the race leaders.
The breakaway are not riding well together. Some of them want to try and kind of push on. The Burgos rider, Rubio, has won the first 2 climbs. He was talking to the rally rider, trying to push on. He's the rider in the kind of purple at the back there. The new colours, I actually quite like them. Remember, it reminds me of the old Amaya kit years and years ago, the kind of purple kit, another kind of former Spanish team. But he's pushing on because he knows that there's an opportunity here. He got himself in the breakaway. He's won the first 2 climbs. He's got 12 points. He wants another 3 at the top. It's a third cat, so it's only 3, 2 and 1 points. So he wants to try and stay away to get as many points as possible, because he knows that if he can start racking up points, then he may be on the podium on Sunday, and that's the big opportunity for him. And that's why I was trying to say to the Canadian rider, Elsay, keep on pushing on, keep on pushing, because they're trying to use the other riders to their advantage. But I'm not too sure they'll get to the top of this climb now.
And the 8-man breakaway is done for the day. Still Astana at the front with the Oriol of Asmara, national champion of Eritrea, Merhawi Kudus. New adventure for him. Interesting to see what sort of importance he's going to be given in the team, what sort of protagonism. Here we go. Then, what's happening here?
Yeah,
he's off the back.
Yep.
Dylan Groenewegen off the back, and Team Jumbo Visma have work to do.
I was just looking from the helicopter. I was trying to see it. I've not seen any yellow jerseys yet, apart from the race leader, but they have got an opportunity to try, and they're looking after him.
He's number 63 in the middle of this group here.
The smaller rider, but if they can look after him, which they are doing, get him on over the top, then they've got an opportunity. So you can say that the Mitchelton Scott and Astana plan is working for the moment.
And it's interesting that they put almost the whole team back, even the man we thought would be riding for the general classification. Koen Bouwman is right at the front of this group. This is it Nicky Terpstra? It is Nicky Terpstra on his first adventure for Direct Energie. And this is an interesting one. He's ghosted away from the rest of the peloton there. Let's have a look at the gap that he has. Well, it's 100, 150, 200 metres perhaps. Taking it on his own, and we all know that Nicky Terpstra is a man not to be messed with, and he likes an adventure at the front.
I think he just went to the front, and on the descent there, he's got himself a gap. I don't think he'll keep the pressure on. He'll look around, see the peloton there, but now the peloton have to decide themselves, do they keep the pressure on? Because they have to keep the pressure on, because Dylan Groenewegen and his team still aren't on, but they're not that far away.
Well, he's realised he's got a little bit of a gap, and he started to ride now. A little look there from Nicky Terpstra, the first little bit of hesitation since he's been out there, actually, looked around. Talking of Bahrain Merida and the man making the decisions, the man in the car this week is Vladimir Mihaljevic, the Croatian who's in his 3rd season as a sports director with Bahrain, ex-Liquigas and Aqua Sapone man. There's the reason Terpstra was looking behind, is because he'd been told that they were upon him. Astana chasing things down at the bottom of this climb. 30 kilometres to go.
You try 10 times, once it'll come off for you. So, I applaud Astana and Mitchelton Scott for trying.
But Astana seemed to stop riding about 10 k's back as soon as Cofidis came up.
Yeah, they had been riding for a long period of time. Probably realised the gap was coming down. They're not going to stop the Jumbo Visma team from getting back on as they make the junction now. But Astana have to think about the finish and maybe putting Magnus Scott Nielsen in a good position.
So back together, save the day for the moment. Dylan Groenewegen, Tony Martin and Koen Bowman, all riders who were involved for Jumbo-Visma for different reasons. Of course, general classification in terms of Martin and Bowman, and today's sprint for Dylan Groenewegen. Those riders they've helped tow back also will be very grateful. The likes of Jürgen Roelands, Juan Holovata also distanced. Astana, I think, just looking around for Magnus Cort there, you could see Jonis Aguirre on the radio, and then one of the Astana jerseys moving up as we went to the helicopter shot on the top side of the picture. Magnus Cort on the right-hand side. As Bahrain Merida hit the front for Colbrelli. Matej Mohoric in second position there. They have Ivan Garcia with a fast turn of speed to help out Colbrelli at the end. They do have bodies for a lead out as Adrien Petit returns to the front to commit what he has left to try and keep Thomas Bouda as close to the front as possible for as long as possible with 4 kilometers to the line. Again, they disappear deep into the city now. Alicante sparkling in the sunshine. Just 3 and a bit kilometers till we find out who's going to be on the podium standing in that sun at the end of the day. Pace is suddenly on from Direct Energie.
Yeah, Damien Godin just pushing hard now, but it's just kind of the switching around. Need to be very, very careful. But Barry Merida up there, golden helmets in the reds, in a good position. Mohoric is a good lead out, but Damien Godin giving it absolutely everything.
Direct Energie already picked up 3 sprint wins in Gabon, the Tropical Amissa Bongo. Right at the back of their little mini train here is number 121. The man who had a really good career as a youngster on the track, Thomas Bouda. What can he develop into on the road? He has Brian Coquard's shoes to fill since he left the team, and there's an early chance to do it here. Sky again move up.
Yeah, it was too early for Direct Energie. They've not totally committed now. Sky have now come up, but who are they riding for? That's the question. I know they're keeping Rosa out of trouble, but they're certainly there in numbers, and inside the last 3 kilometres, it's looking good for Sky regarding position.
Ian Stannard there as Ben Swift's just behind him as well. Geraint Thomas, Lawless a little further down in that group would suggest that he is going to be the man they ride for here.
Yeah, you can obviously see the yellow jersey, Bosenhagen up towards the front, Colbrelli in the red just behind him. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 riders from Team Sky. That's quite something when we come into the last 2 kilometres here.
Big opportunity then, you'd suggest, here for Chris Lawless, at least to be given the lead out that he deserves, and one that Sky aren't in the business of giving too much to their riders in recent years. He's 23 years Lawless now, looking for just his 2nd career win. Last season, in his debut season at Sky, he took a victory on a stage of the Settimana Internazionale Coppi e Bartali. Sitting on his wheel and ready to go is Edvald Boassenhagen. In the red, you can see it is Sonny Colbrelli who's ready. Thomas Bouda behind him. And then a whole host of other riders. Jumbo-Visma would need to make a move because Groenewegen is nowhere near at this point.
Yeah, the speed of Team Sky is going to be a late search now. And Groenewegen, he's going to have to do it pretty much on his own because he's already used a lot of his teammates now.
Well, Trentin being moved up on the bottom of your picture, maybe a little late. He's following the wheels. He's following Boani on the right-hand side. Boani in a good position, waiting and ready to go. Sky, in the meantime, down to just 2 riders now. It's Swift having a go as we're into the final little bit of this stage now. The sprint looks like it's about to be launched with Edvald Boassenhagen waiting. Remember, we know we have a very, very late turn before they get to the line. 300 metres to go here. It's Trentin at the front with Boani on his wheel. One more right turn as they do it. Trentin is at the front and going. Can Boani come round him as Lawless is behind as well? It's Trentin, but here comes Boani. It's Trentin to go all the way though. Matteo Trentin has it. Victory for Mitchelton Scott after they worked all day long. And it's the European champion who raises his arms in Alicante. My, that was messy towards the end. And this is how it looks at the end of the day. Matteo Trentin beating Nasser Boani. Ben Swift, Sonny Colbrelli and Alexander Kristoff. Edvald Boassenhagen retains the lead after finishing in 6th. It was a 7th place for Bouda, 8th for Enger, Sands in 9th, and Sky's other fast man Lawless finishing in 10th. All of them third cats, and Edvald Boassenhagen still leads by 5 seconds from Jonis Aguirre, 7 from Tony Martin, with Turns and Oliveira well placed ahead of Bilbao, Valverde, Tratnik, Martin and Diego Rosa.